Betsy, and tonight, of course, like I mentioned earlier, we have the lovely Pretty Vishi. My fans now want to go online. I can see all the love that you have for her. But before we get to having a conversation with Pretty, let me just, of course, bring in Willice Ochieng, of course, joining us live and direct from Kisii. Willice, wemuseo. So then unajua hiyo.
Betty, idhi nade.
Idhi maber.
Great, you say Adi
Maber.
But the problem with me, I really love the Kamba language, but Betty, you'll have to teach me a bit. I really love listening to people who talk Kamba and every other local language that is in our wonderful country,
you know,
Kenya.
Kamba is actually like a romantic language. Like if you, like, but you know, you put your stage. But if you know, ukitaka kukatia msichana unatumia tu Kamba kidogo anaingia box. All right, Willice, it's good to see you tonight, and I'm excited to have you on the show. So I want us to go through the words that I have, and then you can take away, of course, with the words that we've seen online. And hey, Willice, aki unapenda uko X. Naonanga tu yani all my notifications. Willice. So thank you. You're doing a great job.
But you know, Betty, when it comes to great performance on TV, Betty, you can't cheat that you are far much better than Willice. That is far much better than me. Betty, when I look at what people talk about you, some say you should be permanently on TV until Jesus comes back.
Even when I'm like this, I should just be still on TV. All right, thank you, Willice. I appreciate the kind words. All right, Willice, my first thought is this product that is used to actually make beer, and it's called, like, okay, let me spell it out. Barley. I'm sure my director would really want to know that one. Talk to me about that.
Oh. Now, Betty, the biggest problem that we have is what we commonly hear around us as the pronunciation of certain words in the English language. Now, this word, it's common. We know the plant and the grains, but many people innocently mispronounce it as barley. People say barley, which is not the pronunciation. You say barley.
Oh,
barley,
really? That's a surprise.
Barley. It's barley. Just like in the word valley, not valley.
Okay, got you.
Rift Valley, not Rift Valley. Barley is the pronunciation of our word of interest.
And they were thinking that when you say Barley, yani uko na swag, sasa hapo ndo umeelewa. Kumbe we've all been wrong. So it's Barley. Thank you, Willice, for that. Okay, moving on.
Betty, do you know what happened last week?
Niambie.
You are talking about somebody thinking of, you know, it's a swag to say barley, or you say it with some kind of, that coiling of the tongue. But last week, somebody was also correcting another person on the internet and ended up talking about orthopedics in languages. But orthopedics is very relevant, but he used that term believing that he was talking about orthography. So orthopedics is about the bones and muscles. So then he sought also my intervention, and I just told him, please, you are correcting your friend with the wrong term, so you are innocently making a mistake. People do that. Yes,
you took him to school. Yes. Okay, got you, Willice. Moving on to this other one. This is a really hard one. I'm not even sure, so let me spell it out. Repertoire. How do we go about? Hata sitaki kujaribu.
Oh, we are talking about, the play and other pieces of art that somebody knows or can perform. And you say repertoire. Repertoire.
Okay.
Not repertoire, not repertoire, not repertoire. It is repertoire. Repertoire.
Repertoire, okay. Not repertoire.
That's from French, Betty.
Okay. All right, Willice, got you on that. Yes. Okay, moving on to this, my last word, divisive. So this is divisive or divisive. How do we go about that one, Willice?
Betty, you'd agree with me that many people talk of divisive politics. Divisive politics, which is wrong. And people say it with a lot of confidence, divisive. Now, that is wrong. We have the verb divide. And when you come to the adjective, you say divisive. Vi, not V.
Okay.
Divisive politics, not divisive politics.
Got you,
But
Willice.
nobody can be perfect, Betty.
Thank you, Willice, for that. All right, I'll let you take away with your fans from all across Kenya. Wamekuuliza nini leo?
And they really impress me when they say it's only on TV 47 that they can get correct pronunciations. Now, Samuel Gary, you say requiem. Betty, this word, I love it because it's very relevant for the moment or for this time, like when we had the burial of the late Member of Parliament, that is Ongondo Were in Kasipul, requiem, or when we had that mass, that Christian ceremony in which people pray for the soul of somebody who has died, you talk of requiem. Requiem. We should avoid saying requiem or requiem. No. Requiem, yes. Now we have Caxton Pilipili of Kilifi. You say papacy, not papacy. Papacy when you talk, or that is connected with the Pope or the Vatican and all that. Papacy. Victor Mandela, you say itinerary, not itinerary. Then tether, and your last word, secateurs. Secateurs. Brian Renson, you say terrestrial, terrestrial. Then we have Titus Otieno. You begin with aero for your first 3 words. That is aeroplane, aerosols, and all that. Don't say aero. It's aeroplane.
Not aero.
Now we have edema and not aero. Because if you say aero, it's almost close to that town towards Kisumu. That is Ahero. But you say aeroplane, not aeroplane, and all that. Now, edema and anemia. Betty, this one is a word of interest. Many people say anemia, but in English, you say anemia, not anemia. Then we have Sir G of Naivasha, you say worm, the worms, army worms, not army worms. Worms, common, but terribly wrong. You say worm, worm. And then the worms. So you are right, Sir G of Naivasha. Abel Wafula, you say auditorium, not auditorium. But if somebody says auditorium, that person would also mispronounce the word audit or auditor. You say audit. Auditor. Auditorium. So we should get it right. Then we have Madams Medlin Asugo, Pendo Buteo, and Celine Akinyi from God Marera. They just told me something. I was shocked. They told me, you click on Friday and you'll see Betty, you see TV 47, and you see which is which, and this Friday with Betty, and they just feel wow. So I told them, we love them too. We also love them so much. Now we have here certain words, Betty. You have had people talking of demise. The demise of so-and-so. We should never say that. It is demise. The demise of so-and-so. Then we have bury, not bury. Buried, not buried. Burial, not burial. And I love it because you got it right. I heard you talking of burial. The only word that we can share, because there is something about you, Betty, that you are ready to learn certain words. All this time that I've known you, that makes me realize that, you know, being brainy is just something very great. The word equity. Equity. But you'll realize many people say equity. And that is what our mouths are so much used to. Equity. But it is equity, equitable, and then we say energy, not energy. Engineer, not engineer.
Got you.
We can now go to that word where we test our tongues, Betty. And this is a long one. This is a very long word. And we say unconsciousness. Unconsciousness. Let us not say consciousness. Consciousness, unconsciousness, no. I heard it somewhere and somebody requested me to clear the air about it. So this one, dear viewers, as you're testing your tongues, just say unconsciousness. And consciousness. If you are keen on standard English. Then we have the word that is our surprise word for tonight on this small card. Now, this is the word that so many people find very tricky for themselves wherever they are. Now, we have to bring it to you clearly now. Barley. Barley. Not barley. 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 That is the way to go. Then we have our people or our viewers who love sending in words, this is the last part. You can use this handle, that is the X handle, at Willice Ochieng 1 any time of the week, and we'll ensure that we help you every Friday. Otherwise, I have to get you back to that tough lady in Nairobi, that is Betty. Thank you very much. Thank you, Willice, for that. Always appreciating this, you know, pronunciations that we get to learn. Like today, honestly, nilikuwa nafikiri tunasema Barley, kumbe ni Barley. So thank you so much. Of course, Willice Ochieng there joining us live from KC. And like he mentioned, like kama kuna swali yote, you can just holler at him on X at Willice Ochieng 1. Atajibu maswali zako hata during the week. So let's now get, of course, straight to our lovely lady.